The third force and the quickest killer is friction. Do you know what I mean by friction?
All right, let's take a stab at this. You probably mean, I feel like I should get one of those multiple choice things, right? A, B, C, or D. What you probably mean is you have to eliminate things from your schedule, from your life that are going to get in the way of getting to the gym, what you want to do. Don't, final
All right,
answer.
so yeah, so let me put it this way. When you're tired and you're stressed thin, your default is the path of least resistance. And I mean, we've heard that, as you know, so many times for everybody. So when you're tired, I mean, you just can't take it anymore, you're stressed out of your mind, you tend to just do the easiest thing. And the easiest thing, so you had a planned workout and something happened, you just tend to not do it. But again, if you have contingency plans, then.
What I think about friction is you have to, and we talked about this on a previous podcast, but you have to do things to facilitate what you want to do. And what I said at the time was habit stacking. Right. So if you know you want to get to the gym in the morning, lay your clothes out, put your car keys next to your clothes, like set yourself up for success so that you have the least amount of friction in the morning getting to the gym. Set yourself up for success. So habit stacking. And it's funny because somebody asked us in the pod to elaborate a little bit more on that. So at some point we should probably talk about it. But
Habit stacking.
yeah, but you want to try to preemptively, right? Your battle plan, create as much opportunity for success getting to the gym as possible. So have I facilitated my getting there? Do I have a plan for when I get to the gym, or am I going to waste 15 minutes thinking, oh, well, do I feel like working out quads today or pecs or whatever it is? Have a plan, set yourself up so that you have the least amount of friction to work on your goals.
Yeah, in other words, we want the least amount of barriers in between where we are and where we want to go. Because the more barriers we have in between, the less likely we'll even want to do it because it just takes too much.
And the more
effort.
time will be lost. What's that expression? Analysis paralysis, right? You're going to spend time thinking about the thing or whatever. And then before you know it, you lost 15, 20 minutes that you could have been moving towards your goal or working on your goal.
So take, for instance, us recording this podcast. You are in your apartment and I have all this elaborate setup. Like if I just literally, all I had to do was press record, it would be so much easier for me to, film a lot more than I actually want to film. So just because I have to do all that elaborate setup, it just takes me so much time and I just tend to procrastinate. For you, all you do is just press record and you're good. So let me give you an example. So the night before, write your workouts down. Don't just go to the gym and just expect to, okay, well, you just wing it. Yes, you can do that, but eventually that gets you nowhere. Write your workouts down before, whatever it is. Then you're gonna put your gym stuff, your shoes, your water right on the table, your keys right there. You're gonna set everything aside. If you're working out from home, I think I got that from is it Dan John? Dan John, he was on a pod and he's like, you wanted to make it so like as soon as you get off your better half, they're not gonna like it. But if you want to do swings, you literally put the kettlebell right in the doorway, so it pretty much trips you. So it pretty much almost trips you. That's almost like how you are now.
Actually, so this was recommended to me by Karen Smith, and it worked really well to work on Grease the Groove, right? So, we talk about kind of setting yourself up for success or just prepping so you can work on the thing. So I work from home a lot, with the boys. And what I have done is I leave a kettlebell in my way when I go to the kitchen, when I go back to the living room. And every time I pass it, right, I put it in the middle of my way so that when I pass it, I think, oh, I need to pick this up and I need to press it overhead 5 times. You just see it, it becomes habitual. I press it overhead and I wind up doing it X amount, however many times, more than 10 times throughout the day, just because I set it up for myself and it becomes habitual to do it.
Exactly, absolutely. So yeah, that's a perfect example of you greasing the groove. I used to do it a lot when we were at Equinox. I said I was gonna get, let's make a number, 50 pull-ups up. Like every time I got to a pull-up bar, I would do 5. I would do 5 pull-ups, and then by the end of the day, I did my 50 pull-ups. As opposed to I need to set aside like 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, and then I just spread it out throughout the day.
Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be Grease the Groove, because Grease the Groove also, you need to have access and time, right? As a method of training. But the point here is facilitate your training. Do things that kind of facilitate it for you. For me, putting a kettlebell in the middle of my way as I navigate my apartment facilitates me doing overhead presses. So friction, right? You remove friction by doing something to facilitate your work.
Another example is if you have issues snacking, okay, we all do. Like if there's stuff, like if there's cookies on the counter, if there's nuts, every time we pass by that, that cookie or these nuts, we're gonna pick it up. But if you put healthy snacks in the way, if you put carrots or broccoli or whatever it is, something a little healthier and more calorie conscious, if you will, then you setting up yourself for, it's sort of kind of not what we're talking about, but just creating that habit. Just how would I put it? Setting yourself up for success, if you will. So instead of cookies, you put broccoli or whatever it is, some low calorie, whatever it is.
You know what's a great trick?
So that is yeah.
You know what's a great trick, and I've done this for myself, is if you like having an occasional treat, put it someplace where it's out of reach, where you have to expend extra effort to get it. So like on an overhead shelf or whatever, where you have to grab a step stool to go up and get it. I kid you, I don't know if this is, you can attribute this to internal laziness, but as you think, I got to grab the step stool and get it and climb up to get it overhead, then you think, is this really good for me? Do I really want to expend the effort on something that's not good for me? Should I really be getting this?
That is a perfect example. And yes,
I created friction there. I created friction.
That is why I only go to, if I want something, I literally have to put on my shoes or whatever and then physically go to the store. Usually it's like, do I really want this that much? Usually, no. If you want it bad enough, yes, you're gonna put on especially if in the winter, you're gonna put your jacket, you're gonna put your shoes, and then you're gonna go get that stuff or whatever. That means where you really, really want it. But that is the friction, putting the stuff out of
reach,
out of eyesight.
Guys,
actually,
yes. the finer point here might be that you can use friction selectively or remove it to move towards your goals. You can create friction for the bad stuff and remove it for the good stuff.
Reverse friction, yes. So, guys. So here is your move this week. You're gonna pick one force, season, schedule, or friction. Make one adjustment, the smallest one you can. You don't have to redesign your life. You just have to pull that first brick out of the wall. All right, so that is your move for this week. And if you're tired of forcing a rigid plan into your dynamic life, let's find your real starting point. So I want you guys to take the strength audit at geteverreadyfit.com or in the link below. It's 15 questions and you're gonna get a starting point. You'll get a clear read on where you are right now and the option to hop on a call where we build a plan that actually survives your real life. All right, guys, if this episode hits you, make sure you share it with somebody you think that will enjoy it, and strength is for everybody. We'll see you next week.
Stay strong.